Welcome to Success with award-winning journalist JoDee Kenney. Hear the secrets of success from brilliant minds in the business, entertainment, literary, and fitness worlds, and JoDee Kenney herself.
This episode is sponsored by Ghana Pictures, complete cinematic video production services, GhanaPictures.com. Thank you, Ghana. Really appreciate your support. I am here with Shay Harper Smith. She is a two-time gold medalist, AAU national champion. She's a member of the Army National Guard and currently trying to make the Army Taekwondo team. She is on the national team. Shay, thank you so much for coming to talk to me.
No, thank you.
Okay, so I'm always inspired by you. I've known you, I don't know how many years, many years.
Yeah, quite a while.
I've been watching you as a competitor and as a coach too.
Mm-hmm.
And so now you're like this amazing girl that's like such a representative of strength. And I don't know if you realize that, but you really are a role model.
Sometimes I don't, but I do. When I come in with the kids and everything, I feel it.
And it must be kind of difficult because you're just living life day in and day out, right?
Oh, yeah, it's hard. It's definitely hard, mentally.
How so?
Because you have so many responsibilities on the other side. And then the Army is a whole nother life, too. So it's trying to keep that balance between the three so everyone's at peace is sometimes hard.
Okay, so let's start out. Let's go way back to when little Shay was a baby Shay.
Mm-hmm.
You were 3 years old when you started training.
Yeah.
You obviously had no option to train because your mom's a fifth dan.
Mm-hmm.
Your TT,
Yeah.
Michelle, Miss Master Michelle, she's this badass. I said I wasn't going to swear, but she just really is, right? There's no way to describe her.
Yeah.
Amazing Taekwondo athlete and instructor in her right. Talk a little bit about what you remember, your earliest memories of getting into Taekwondo and how this has kind of grown.
Honestly, I do have one memory. My uncle used to be in Taekwondo too, and he was stretching the whole class out. And I just remember my little self doing a little split, my little yellow belt, and then I dialed 911 that one time. That was bad.
What is that? Tell me.
I don't know. I think I was trying to call my grandpa or something, and I hit 911, and everybody freaked out.
Oh, so police officers actually showed up while you were at it?
I don't think so. They called back. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's really it.
So talk about your early years of Taekwondo and what you've learned from it. Kind of just walk me through what you learned in Taekwondo.
Definitely to have, be strong. That's one. And to set a good example, all the time. Good grades in school, no fights, pretty much lead the way. And every time I had practice, it was like a release for me. I could just be on that other side for a while, however long practice was. And then as far as competing,
that's a whole nother story. We'll get to that.
That's a whole other feeling.
We'll get to that in just a sec. But you said something that I thought was interesting. Mm-hmm. It was a release.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about what you mean by that.
It's like a getaway, when you do something that you love and you get to do it when you want to, especially after you had school or work and just a lot of stress, and then you come in here and it's just you have to be disciplined and the person that you are in that belt at all times. So you don't have the opportunity to just be drag it in with you. You just gotta do it.
You're in the moment. So what I'm getting from you is when you're in Taekwondo, it's almost kind of like a Zen. You're here, you're present, your mind is solely focused on how you move your body and what you do with it.
Yes.
That's what I'm getting from what you're saying. You got your black belt at age 9.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy. I don't think people know that. For people who are not in martial arts.
Sometimes I don't like saying it. It's crazy. It's pretty crazy.
But that shows that you had a level of discipline probably far farther than a lot of people. Talk about that and how amazing you knew that was a big thing.
I honestly don't remember getting my second. I remember getting my third. I think I was 12.
And you are currently a
Fourth.
fourth degree.
No, I remember getting my second. I was 12. And then I got my third when I was 15. And then so on and so forth.
You say it so casually.
Was it? Is that right?
You
I
say
might
it
be
so
switching it
casually.
around. Wait, I might be. No, hold on. Because I got my fourth when I was 15. Yeah, that's right.
You say it so casually, though. What? Like you don't even remember it, but
I had nothing else to do. I was here all the time. I put that work in.
you really did put the work in,
Yeah.
didn't you?
I did. But I had to wait. I'm still waiting for fifth.
Right.
I gotta feel that one.
What do you mean by that?
I gotta feel like I am a fifth, because I know what I see a lot of fifth dans from like my generation and hers, and it's different. I don't just want to wear it just to say I got it. I want to be like experienced and older, a lot older.
That's interesting that you say that, because I think a lot of people, when they get into Taekwondo, they want to achieve the next belt.
Yeah.
So when did that change for you?
When I got my fourth.
When you got your fourth.
Mm-hmm. I was like,
This is
I gotta
immense.
slow down.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about competing. Do you remember the first time you competed?
No.
No?
No.
What's your earliest memory of competing? Kind of put me in the moment where you're standing in the ring, you've got your gear on, you've got your pads on, you've got your helmet on, you're looking at your competitor across from you. Put me in that moment.
First time? Or in general?
Anytime.
Well, every single time is different. I'll tell you that. Because you're nervous and you're excited and you just want to do good, and then you just want to do good, and you just want to be a winner. Everybody wants to win, But it's very stressful. But when you get those first kicks in and you feel that person out, you pretty much know what's going on.
How so? I'm
then-
not a Taekwondo
then,
athlete. Talk to me about this, because honestly, as many people might not know, I'm a Taekwondo parent. I've got 3 kids in
Yes, you
Taekwondo.
are.
I have to say, when I watch in the stadium, up in the stands,
I can't
my
imagine.
stomach does knots. I mean, I go crazy. It's nerve-wracking.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got certified to become a coach, and I can tell that I was a little bit less nervous because I was just like right there in the action. But I'm not the athlete, and neither is anybody who's listening here,
It's
really.
different when you're in there, right?
Yeah. So, like, as an athlete, how is it to know that you're, like, looking across from somebody you may not have ever fought before?
Yeah.
You've put in the time, but so have they. Like, so what is it that you're sizing up? Like, talk about, like, how do you focus on getting the success, which that's what the podcast is about.
I've been saying this since, like, I won in July. It comes down to who wants it more. That's really it. Do I want it more, or does she want it more? I know I train a lot harder, and maybe I go through a lot more than that person does. You don't know. But when you're in the ring, you got to figure that out. Like, do you want it more than me, or do I? So, and then it's just performance after that. Second and third round they're the best rounds.
Really?
Yeah, really.
So who wants it more? So instead of it necessarily being a physical fight, it's more, you're saying a mental fight? Talk about that.
Yes, it's a mind game. It's a total mind game. Because you're both physical. Yeah, that goes by your rank and your experience, and you're already sized up with your what is it?
Your weight and your
your
belt.
division.
Yeah.
So you know that your opponent or your groups, they're all pretty much matched with you. So that's a little, relief. But when you get in there, it's like, who's better than you? Who's better than this person? Who wants to kick more than this person? Who wants to score more than this person? Who wants to leave a mark? It's intense. It gets pretty intense. And then you got time on top of that too. Like, you got to do it in a certain amount of time. You get a certain amount of rounds.
Talk about that. Let's tell everybody how does it? You got 3 rounds.
Yeah, you got 3 rounds for a minute and a half or 2, depending on where you are. And the first round is like a feel-out round. Like, sometimes people will go at it. They'll just go at it. But you just want to kind of feel that person out. What are you doing? What are you doing? What am I doing? Whatever. Then your coach tells you what they're doing, because you can't see everything that they're seeing. That's what your coach is for. And then the second round, you just make adjustments after that. And then the third round is like, okay, where we at? Who wants it more? Me or you? And that's what it goes for.
Sometimes I see people, you're talking about mental, and it just makes me think, sometimes I see people win or lose even before they make one kick. Like I could see it in their mind.
That's mental too. That's all about belief. You have to have confidence in what you're doing. If you throw that one kick or that first kick and it didn't do anything, then that other person is obviously going to jump all over that and take that because they want it. They want to win, and they believe that they can.
And you don't. And so, like, if you do miss, you still kind of have to keep going forward, though. Like you can't just say, "Oh, I missed," and accept defeat.
Yeah, absolutely. That's part of losing too. Like you can lose, but it's not really a loss. You just that's a gain to obviously and to me. I used to get mad when I lost, but that's normal. And then I get over that, and I'm just getting better and better anyway.
So you look at defeat as a learning experience.
Yeah. I do.
I think a lot of people are scared to lose, and maybe they don't even step up to the plate of anything. I mean, not even just talking about Taekwondo, but like anything in life. Like a lot of people are just scared to lose, so they don't try.
I think it could be part of that where they are in their process of becoming whoever they want to be. Because you do have to go through that. You do have to want to hate. You just hate losing all the time, and you just keep losing. And then all of a sudden, you're just like, I know what I did wrong. Give me another one. Just keep coming. And then you finally start winning, and then you're like, oh my God. It feels great. Yeah.
Was there ever any time where you decided you wanted to quit Taekwondo, where you didn't want to do it anymore? No. Even in those times where you felt like, I'm not winning, I'm not doing what I want to do here.
Maybe 5%.
5%.
That's it.
But that's such a small percent. That's such a small percentage, though.
Yeah, I know. That's your mind, though. That's all your mind. It's not physical.
Where did you get that mental fortitude?
Her, over there.
Talking about Master Michelle.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Talk about her influence on you.
I can't do that.
You have to. I think everybody has somebody who's very influential in your life.
We don't talk like this to each other. It's a little mushy.
I see a little bit of tears coming to you.
I get emotional.
But really, like, what does she mean to you? Like, how does she motivate you? Like, she must mean a lot.
Yeah. Can you ask me another question?
Can I come back to that question?
Just for a second, yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'll come back to that question because I feel like I'm honing in on it. Oh, the tears. I love you. All right. Let's go back to fighting. What do you do to get ready to fight, to prepare your mind, not body? You do the training here in the studio. What do you do to get your mind in that place to fight?
Honestly, I fight myself all the time in my head, and this is from like start to finish. And before, like earlier in my career, I can say, I guess, like teenager, but even before that, I don't remember. I would just go in there and I'd fight. But then I started getting into like juniors and seniors, and I had to figure out what relaxed me and what got me into my mindset. So I do music and I kick, and then at the same time I just really try and tell myself how good you are. Like, you are this good. You're a beast, you're a savage, or whatever you want to say to yourself to make you just go in there and have a good mind.
So what kind of music are you listening to? So like if I'm in your headphones right now, what am I listening to?
It'll mostly be dubstep for that kind of environment.
Yeah,
It's
really
gotta
good beat.
Get me pumped, yeah.
And then a lot of positive talk. So it's not one word, it's just maybe the word of the day, beast mode, or just, you're amazing, or,
And you think you just keep repeating all the training you do, and all the fun you don't have anymore sometimes.
What's that
because
mean?
of this.
Oh.
Then I start to get a little angry, and then I'm like,
You do
this person doesn't. She probably gets to do whatever she wants, and then it's just I try and trick myself.
You do sacrifice a lot to be on this level of training, right?
And then after, I'll be like, good job. Always handshake after. I don't even know you. I could know you. I don't know.
But you always want to leave on a positive note with your competitor, no matter what.
No matter what.
Because I think sportsmanship is also, like you said, it's a head game. So it's like the sportsmanship of the battle. And then once the battle's over, it's not a personal thing, right?
Well, you have to respect one another. Off the rip, you have to. Because you don't know that person. So you're not just going to be like, oh, I don't know you. I hate you. Let's fight. No, you got to have a mutual understanding of what's going on. So, one, nobody gets hurt. Because that's going to be bad. And two, that's just the right thing to do.
But what a lot of people don't know now is, there are rules, there's safety rules for juniors. But in your division, there aren't any. So, some people might be going out there to knock you out, or you may knock somebody out. That's real. That's real. So you can hurt somebody. So, and in essence, how do you toe that line of?
Let me explain that, because there's different generations of this sport too, and back in the day, you had to hit as hard as you could, and if you didn't, you were gonna knock that person out. That's just how it went. Now it's like it's more of a game, so to say. Like, you won't kick a certain way because you don't want to hit an elbow and break something, or you might not want to. Kicks to the head might be light. You're not really trying to hurt them. You're just trying to get the points. It's like a game now. It's not even. It's a game.
I noticed that in the Olympics. It's a very technical fight now, whereas before it used to be a brawl.
Technical. Yeah.
Like, really, way back in the day, like, it was, you're going out to make your point right off the rip and hurt somebody, so then you've got the mental up on them, and then you just taking your points and you win, or you can even hurt them.
It was a lot more exciting, too.
It was a lot more exciting. Taekwondo has changed a lot.
It has. Fast, too. Super fast. Within, years.
Right. So, so when you're in the middle of battle and you're fighting somebody, can you see it in their eyes that can you see what people are thinking, or what, how do you maintain your presence? And I think the reason why I ask this is because it's not just about Taekwondo, but whenever anybody's in a stressful situation, we make rash decisions. We want to make a decision that's just like knee-jerk.
Yeah.
Like, how do you keep your mind in a stressful situation to come out successful?
When you go through a lot of training scenarios all the time, training is important. You have to just have that visualization every single time in training that you're actually fighting, so that when you're actually fighting, you know what's going to happen, and you can mostly tell what's going to happen with the shoulder movement. A lot of their shoulders will move first, or their head will move first. Something will move first before that initial, kick, punch, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, you have to adjust to that. It's like, okay, training mode. What do we do if this happens? And it's so you have to think about it so fast, because they're fast,
Like, how do you handle if somebody kicks you in the head? I've seen you get kicked before. Seriously, I'd probably be like, no! I'd fall over and start crying. How do you handle that?
Well, you want to go with the kick. You don't want to just stand there and headbutt the foot.
Okay, so don't just absorb it. You just keep going where the kick's going.
Yeah, and then after that, you don't let it happen again. Gotta get your hands up.
That's what I'm always yelling. Get your hands up.
Yeah.
Get your hands up.
It took me. I'm stubborn with that. It took me a long time to get my hands up.
Oh, yeah, I know you're a little stubborn. I've heard your coach.
Okay.
So back to your coach, Master
Okay.
Michelle.
I'm still not ready for that.
I know, but seriously, I mean, she needs to hear. We all need to hear how this woman
So you don't
has
have to leave
influenced
the
you.
room then. Because I can't tell you.
She's right behind me, so she keeps getting the evil eye. Get out of here, Master Michelle. Master Michelle is leaving the room. We hear the door squeaking, and now she's gone. How does she? But really, seriously, I know, like, you're very close with her.
Yeah, super close. She's like me, just a lot older. She's like my twin, and everything that she's been through, I'm like going through at the same time. So I can't even feel things sometimes because she just knows how it feels, and then she's like, psh, psh, psh. So that influence was like always there since day one.
I think that's special too, because like a lot of people don't have that. Like, how fortunate are you to have this? I mean, she's a strong woman.
She is, and she went through tons of stuff. She used to have a terrible temper, and just she had to learn to influence herself. So why not want the best influence from that person, especially if you're going through similar activities?
Yeah, how does she help you? How did she help you grow up? Like, how did she help influence you in that way?
Teaching, coming in here. I would come in here after school and think I didn't have to teach, and I mean, you're being looked at and looked up to, and the kids, if you had a bad day, you couldn't show that you had a bad day, or else the kids will have a bad day, or they'll think you're being mean, or whatever, and you don't know if they had a bad day. You gotta always just be above that.
When I look at Master Michelle, she is strong, but she's not afraid to be vulnerable to me.
Wow, that's pretty deep. You got that from her?
I do. She's very strong, and I feel like she's a great role model, but underneath it all, I see that she's still a woman,
Yeah.
and still
Yeah.
has her insecurities and her things that she wants to work on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know if this is just assuming things about
No,
her.
you're right. You are. That's a good.
So does that help you to know, like, she's such a strong role model.
Oh,
like,
yeah, I see what you're saying. I used to think that she could never be wrong. And, like, she was, like, just this high almighty. She knows everything, because she did. She did know
She
everything.
does know a lot.
But I learned that, and I learned from her that you can be like that with time. And she just has so much more time in this world, in the game,
Mm-hmm.
in life. And she's always there, even when she's not supposed to be. So
Even when she's not supposed to be,
even when
she's
she's
there.
not supposed to be, she's still there. Yeah.
Because she's you, just like you said, because
Yeah.
she, is in you.
Hmm.
Um,
And then I feel like I'm her because of all the mentoring. It's really because I'm teaching. I used to be here 6 days a week, 5 days a week, after school, every day, just not getting in trouble, no after school, nothing, no other sports. It was just in here teaching and then training.
yeah. And then, like, when did you decide to get serious? Like, did you look at her one day and say, it's time?
No,
Or-
she always knew, and I was like, what? But don't forget, my dad is a 5th degree black belt too. So both of them, and then the mix, and just being, I guess, naturally just good.
So now you're trying to make the Army national team.
Yes,
Talk about that.
that's so. I'm super excited about that. I thought it was gonna start in February, but now I'm hearing June. And
What's the selection process? How does that happen?
so you go to trials, which is like a month in Fort Indiana Gap, which is Pennsylvania. Been there before. It's not really a nice place. And you train, and I can't wait to train every day because I know I'm gonna get so much better. I just know. because 3, 4, 5 days in a row of me training, I'm just like, you know,
let's do this.
What am I gonna do now? So I don't like breaks a lot, because then I get settled and I'll start procrastinating about maybe I don't want to go today. You know, I just have to keep going. So that's gonna be an everyday thing. And then after that, you fight. They have like their own tournament, and you fight for that national spot. And then they bring you to USAT Nationals in July, which is like right after. And I think you have to medal to go further. And then they have their whole like inside organization. Then you go to the next level. You go and you fight other branches like Coast Guard, Marines, because they all have their own team too. And then it becomes like this whole like kind of like Army Olympics thing. And then after that, they bring you to Korea to train with their team, I guess. Yeah, a little bit of training out there. And then your final goal should be the WCAP program. That's for all like international fighters and Olympians, and
so that could possibly put
like
you
that.
into training.
Well, yeah, that's gonna get this program right now is gonna get me to that program.
Wow.
And then
so there's a chance you could be an Olympian.
Yeah, there's a chance for everybody to be an Olympian. I'm so serious.
How so?
Because you have to want to get there. You have to dream about it. You have to wake up and think about it. You got to sing to it. It's just a matter of determination. You don't have to be good. You don't have to be... You could be great. Anybody could be great. You got to put that work in.
That's so interesting to hear you say that. And I think you might be right about the whole procrastination. If you're not exposing yourself to what makes you uncomfortable, that gives you the next step to get to your goals, it's very easy to mentally say, "Yeah, I don't want to do it today."
Yeah, and there's a certain stereotype in this sport too. I don't know if you know. Your son is one of them. Flexible, tall, heavy but not heavy. They're just getting taller and taller as the years go on. And everyone is just, I think it'd be exciting if you don't see that stereotype and they made it there and you're like, whoa, what's this person about?
Yeah,
like they're short.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'5.5" on a good day. And all my competitors are at least 5'10".
Yeah.
And up. So they're gonna expect to, dominate, and
so you have to fight differently.
You have to work harder. That's what I would like to see in this generation now, is someone who is working harder than that regular long leg Taekwondo guy, girl.
Mm-hmm. And that might be you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, let's hope for that.
You said, oh, yeah, like it's nothing. So, okay, what's your advice for people as they are trying to focus on, so we're talking about Taekwondo today, but what's your advice for people as they're trying to find their success? It could be somebody just sitting at a desk today and listening to this podcast and saying, well, I'm not athletic. Like, how do you share, I want you to share your words of advice with people looking to find their own success. I know, such a weighty question.
No one is going to do it but you. No one's going to carry you to do what you want or to make the day go by faster. No one's going to type for you, drive for you. They can, but there's always something involved with that. Some money. Somebody has to want something. So what I'm saying is, the only person who is going to make you achieve that goal is you. You have to, you got to work for it. It's not just going to come to you. That's my advice.
You're doing some fundraising for your goals. Tell me a little bit about that so we can tell everybody how they can find out how they can help you if they're interested.
I have a GoFundMe account. That's been really helpful, actually. I've been to 3 trainings so far.
3 extra, training sessions with some amazing people from around the country.
Yeah, they're all team members.
Yeah.
So.
And so they could find that at Shay Harper Smith. Like if they looked up Shay Harper Smith.
Yeah, I think you can ask Michelle. She knows the.
I'll put it in the notes so people have it.
Yes, and then I don't know. I think that's the only one I have. We do some.
I know you guys do fundraisers here as
stuff
well.
here.
Yeah. All right.
Baking and stuff.
Listen, you're focused on the training. You don't need to worry about that, right?
No,
You've got
I
people that
don't.
have your back, right?
The wrong person to ask about that one.
But it's
Yeah.
great that you have people that have your back.
Yeah, I forget a lot because I know, like I said, I know I'm the only one that's going to get me there. I know I have a lot of support, but sometimes I don't feel it.
Because you're so singularly focused, right?
Yes, but
Yeah.
I know it's there, and I don't want to make them feel like I don't appreciate them.
Well, I don't. I think your performance makes
That's
them
what I
feel-
try
yeah.
to do. I try to show it in my performance and just work hard all the time.
Well, Shay Harper Smith, thank you so much for talking with me.
Thank you.
Such an honor to talk with you, and good luck. I really do hope you make Team Army.
Thank you.
Possibly.
Oh, I'm gonna make it. That's not hard.
I love that.
I'm serious.
I love that.
I'm gonna make that one. It's after that I'm gonna struggle with.
I'm going to say one day, I know her, she's an Olympian, and then I'm going to interview you again. And then you're going to be like, talk to my people. And I'm going to be like, remember way back when?
I'm not gonna do that. That's not gonna change.
Thank you so much, Shay.
You're welcome.
And I just want to close by saying, if you like what you have just heard, I invite you to subscribe and leave me a great review. I really appreciate the reviews. It helps people learn more about what we're talking about here. Tell your friends. I'm JoDee Kenney, and here is to you finding your secrets to success.